Hi guys, my name is Vincent Stevenson and I'm making this video to talk about a petition that I am organizing, and the goal of this is to rename Pacheco Path in Novato to the Jeffrey Stevenson Memorial Path. And Jeffrey Stevenson was my dad, and he was a medical doctor, and he opened a practice in 2005 to be one of few physicians in our area who was willing to take on workers' comp claims because most doctors didn't want to deal with the hassle of having to constantly deal with denials and IMRs with insurance companies. And my dad spent the last 13 years of his life seeing his first patient in 2005 to focusing almost exclusively on patients in his community who had workers' comp claims and who had a really hard time seeing help. And I'm not going to get into specifics because I need to respect the patient's privacy, but these were people who they had nowhere else to go, and a lot of times it felt like the world was against them. And for me, I am so proud to call him Jeffrey Stevenson my dad because he fought tirelessly for all these people. And he, growing up, it was hard for me because he often wouldn't come home because he would spend all night at his office appealing denials, talking with his patients, talking with lawyers and adjusters, and doing the best he could to get his patients the help they needed when they needed it. And he was very active in that regard. He saw over the course of his last 13 years hundreds of first responders and patients in Novato, Santa Fe, Petaluma, Santa Rosa, Vallejo, all over Marin, and in a lot of parts of Northern California. My dad would see patients, and some people would come as far north as Eureka to be with him because they knew that he would be there to fight for them. And uh, for my dad, often it wasn't about the money; it was about getting people the help that they needed when they needed it. And for me, he was a fantastic role model and a hero that I look up to in my own career, and I can only hope to be uh, and do the things that he did. So I'm extremely proud to call him my dad, and I know that there's countless people in our community, in county and state, who want a way to honor my dad. And in addition to that, some other facts or things that he did throughout his life while he was in Novato is that he volunteered in the Rotary Club. He was also um, he founded a soccer team to when his goal, just like how he was as a doctor, was he didn't care if you couldn't pay. He just wanted you to be out there and be physically active and enjoy life. And um, that was a very important thing to him, was that anyone who wanted to play soccer could come out and play, and they could experience what it's like to be on a team and play in games and have fun. And he would spend his own money and time, what little free time and money he had would go entirely into renting buses and organizing games and calling referees and paying the referees and helping the kids in our community get out, enjoy life, play soccer, play sports, be active. And it was extremely admirable, and I am very grateful to have played on his team and to have met so many great people. Um, in addition to that, he did participate in the Novato Chamber of Commerce, where he was fighting for small businesses, and he was also doing his best to really make workers' comp claims something that other physicians could take care of, because he valued helping other people above all else, and he wanted to do his best to make things as easy as possible, so that if you were injured on the job or if you needed help and you were having a hard time with your insurance company, he would be on your side, in your corner, fighting to get you the help you needed. And uh, finally, I'll talk about his service in the United States Army Medical Corps. Uh, he was someone who he knew he wanted to be a doctor his whole life, and he uh, worked really hard, and he got into a medical school, and he was a health scholars profession, or he was awarded the HPSP, um, and he served in the U.S. Army. And on December 22nd, 2018, my dad was riding his bike on Pacheco Path in Novato, and he crashed his bike, and it ended up killing him. And it was a huge shock to us. And um, one of the things that I find so beautiful about renaming this bike path to the Jeffrey Stevenson Memorial Path is knowing that, uh, my dad, he really cared about giving back to his community and being a part of his community. And when I was in elementary school, one of his uh, activities he did was he spent a lot of time trying to teach kids how to fix bikes and ride their bikes safely. And he organized a ride your bike to school day. And um, he really cared about getting people to be physically active and just enjoy life in our community. And I think that renaming this bike path to honor my dad, Jeffrey Stevenson, is an exceptional way that we all can just show our appreciation and gratitude for all of his service and dedication. So um, I'm creating this petition, and if you have any questions, I'm here to answer. My email is vstevenson96@gmail.com, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions or comments. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps shed some light into what we're trying to do here. Thank you.